And there's a nice diagram on the back.
Almost 7 years after the UK voted to leave the EU, battles over Brexit are still not over.
I'm going to make a brief statement.
As today, the ERG group of Tory Eurosceptics rubbished Rishi Sunak's latest deal.
EU law will still be supreme in Northern Ireland. The Stormont break is practically useless, and the framework itself has no exit other than through a highly complex legal process.
Although they stopped short of saying they'd oppose it in Parliament. Will you vote against it?
Let's wait till we've got our meeting tomorrow.
Rishi Sunak's Windsor framework was intended to reduce checks on goods between Great Britain and Northern Ireland. At the heart of it, the Stormont break.
If the break is pulled, the UK government will have a veto.
A mechanism to give the Northern Ireland Assembly more of a say over how EU law applies in Northern Ireland. But it's not enough for the influential Democratic Unionist Party.
We're not in a position to endorse the Windsor framework.
Their continued opposition means Northern Ireland's Assembly hasn't sat for more than a year, even though most politicians at Stormont back the New Deal. And some experts were impressed by what the PM negotiated.
I was surprised at some of the things they have been able to secure. I do think it is a change from where we have been. It does address many of the concerns. And I think if you look at the response from businesses in Northern Ireland, generally they have welcomed and been optimistic about the benefits.
We'll have to wait until tomorrow afternoon to see the size of the rebellion here in Parliament, to see whether members of the ERG abstain or vote against the government, and indeed to see whether they move en bloc. But if there are a small number of rebels, let's say 10 to 20 MPs, that won't just be a relief for Rishi Sunak, it would also perhaps suggest the ERG are now a bit of a spent force. Labour support will guarantee a government win in the Commons. But at Stormont, power sharing still seems a long way away. Joe Pike, Sky News.